Hi, this is Rob from Rant and Rave. I decided to do another video. Now, past couple weeks, I've been doing a lot of videos regarding religion. Um, I did say this, I didn't really want to keep on doing any more of these, but, I done some research and I found some interesting things about the Bible. Now, here's the thing about the Bible, okay? Um, One of the 10 commandments, according to Christians, is thou shalt not kill. But, believe it or not, and I can prove it right here, the Bible is full of things that is pretty much full of people, God telling people to kill. Um, the first one says right here, and this is from Deuteronomy 17:12, New Living Translation. Anyone arrogant to reject the verdict of the judge or a priest who represents the Lord your God must be put to death. Such evil must be purged from Israel. So right here, this is God pretty much encouraging people, to kill. Now, kill witches. You should not let a sorceress live. So, when you say witches, do you mean like, people that are Wiccan, people that are, claim to be witches, that just, practice Wicca, which is actually not even bad religion. But it says right here, you should not let a sorceress live. And this is from Exodus 22:17. Okay? Kill homosexuals. Now this is a huge one. I'm going to show you this one. Kill homosexuals. Alright? Kill homosexuals. Alright? If a man lies with a man as with a woman, both of them shall be put to death for their abominable deed, they have forfeited their lives. I don't even know if I can pronounce this. Leviticus 20:13. I guess you can look it up in the dictionary because I can't pronounce that. Kill fortune tellers. A man or woman who acts as a medium or fortune teller shall be put to death by stoning. They have no one but themselves to blame for their death. Leviticus 20:17. I guess I did pronounce that one right. Okay. Death for hitting your dad. Okay, well, your father. Whoever strikes his father or mother shall be put to death. This is in Exodus 21:15. And alright. Death for adultery. So basically, if you sleep with another person's wife, you get put to death. If a man commits adultery with another man's wife, both man and woman must be put to death. Leviticus 20:10. Death for fornication. A priest's daughter who lives her honor by committing fornication and thereby dishonors her father also should be put to death. Okay? Leviticus 21:19. Death to followers of other religions. Whoever sacrifices to any god except the Lord alone shall be doomed. Exodus 22:19. Kill non-believers. So basically, I'm a non-believer of God. So if I don't believe in God, I get put to death? That's pretty damn harsh. They who entered into a covenant to seek the Lord, the God of their fathers, with all their heart and soul, and everyone who would not seek the Lord, the God of Israel, was to be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Now this is 2 Chronicles 15:12-13. Kill false prophets. If a man still prophesies, his parents, father, and mother shall say to him, you shall not live because you have spoken a lie in the name of the Lord. When he prophesies, his parents, father, and mother shall thrust with him through. Zechariah 13:3 NAB. Now here's a huge one, and I actually read this one, and this one is really terrible. Alright, you ready? Kill the entire town if one person worships another god. Suppose you hear in one of the towns the Lord your God is giving you that some worthless rabble among you have led their fellow citizens astray by encouraging them to worship foreign gods. In such cases, you must examine the facts carefully. If you find it is true and you can prove that such a detestable act has occurred among you, You must attack the town and completely destroy all its inhabitants as well as its livestock. Then you must pile all the plunder in the middle of the street and burn it. Put the entire town to the torch as a burnt offering to Lord your God. That town must remain a ruin forever. It may not be rebuilt. Keep none of the plunder that has been set apart for destruction. Then the Lord will turn you from his fierce anger, and be merciful to you. He will have compassion on you to make you a great nation, just as he solemnly promised your ancestors. The Lord your God will be merciful only if you obey him and keep all the commands I have given you today. Do what is pleasing to him. Deuteronomy 13:13-19, New Living Translation. Kill women who are not virgins on their wedding night. So basically, any woman who has sex before marriage gets put to death before their wedding night, which is ridiculous. But if this charge is true, that she wasn't virgin on her wedding night, and evidence of the girl's virginity is not found, they shall bring that girl to the entrance of her father's house, and there her townsmen shall stone her to death, because she has committed a crime against Israel by unchasteness in her father's house. Thus shall purge the evil from the midst. Deuteronomy 22:20-21, New Age Bible. Kill followers of other religions. Basically, I have a huge problem with this one. They're basically saying if you don't if it's not like a Christian religion, if it's not Christian, to kill other people from different religions. This teaches intolerance. If your own brother or son or daughter or beloved wife or your intimate friend entices you secretly to serve other gods, whom you and your father have not known, gods of other nations, near at hand or far away from one end of the earth to the other, do not yield to him or listen to him. Do not look with pity upon him to spare a shield him, but kill him. Your hand shall be the first raised to slay him, the rest of the people shall join in with you. You shall stone him to death, because he has sought to lead you astray from the Lord your God, who brought you out of this land of Egypt, that place of slavery. All Israel hearing of this shall fear and never do such evil in their midst. Deuteronomy 13:7-12, New Age Bible. Death for blasphemy. Once a man who has an Israelite mother and an Egyptian father got in a fight with one of the Israelite men. During the fight, the son of the Israelite man blasphemed the Lord's name. So the man was brought to Moses for judgment. They put the man in custody until the Lord and the matter shall be clear. Then the Lord said to Moses, take the blasphemer outside the camp and tell all those who heard him to lay their hands on their head. They let the entire community stone him to death. Some say to the people of Israel, those who blaspheme God will offer the consequences of guilt and be punished. Anyone who blasphemes the Lord's names must be stoned to death by the level of community of Israel. Any Israelite or foreign among you who blasphemes the Lord's name will surely die. Now, I'm not going to read all this because this is just a lot, okay? But it's basically saying God is telling you in the Bible it's okay to kill. So my question is if the Bible is a moral book like Christians say it is, then why is it talk about killing? Now, I'm not making this up. You can cross-reference this stuff if you like. But I got this information from a website called evilbible.com that actually has actual citations from the Bible. Please, if you don't believe me, go open your Bible and look it up. Now, I want to talk about something else. Creationists ignore science. They think that God is responsible for everything, and that is just a stupid way to think. God is not responsible for everything. Actually, God's not responsible for anything in this world, okay? Because there is no God, okay? Just recently, I was on Facebook. This was like yesterday. and I came across this video called Why People Laugh at Creationalists. Now, the guy who does these videos, his name is Thunderfoot. Now, I don't know if anybody's heard of him, but I just heard of him yesterday. I watched his first video, part one, and it immediately starts off with this young boy. I'm going to say boy, or man, 22 years old. He goes on to say that the Grand Canyon was formed in 5 minutes. Now, that's just a stupid thing to say. Thunderfoot made it a point to him that if the Grand Canyon was made in 5 minutes, it would take the 5 times the speed of sound to get from one end of the canyon to the other. Okay, the Grand Canyon alone is like 300 miles in length. Okay, so this is coming from a creationalist mouth. Okay, this is somebody who's a creationalist. His name is Venom Fang X. I repeat, Venom Fang X. If you want to search for him on YouTube, you can find him. He's on there. I actually sent him a message yesterday telling him, you know, that he's wrong and the stupid stuff that comes out of his mouth. So anyhow, you know, the fact is that creationists ignore science. They don't embrace it. If you try to show a creationist proof of something, they'd be like, "Oh, well, you're taking it out of context," or "Oh, God did it." They don't even want to admit that science is right. But let me ask you this, okay? If you have a kid and you're a Christian, and you have a kid and your kid is sick, are you going to pray to God that your kid gets better? No. You're going to take your kid to the hospital and you're going to get your kid treated, all right, at the hospital. Now, at the hospital, they're probably going to give your kid medicine. This is all from modern science. If it wasn't for modern science, we would all be dead. So all these creationists who think that, God heals and stuff, no, it's medicine that heals. And its medicine is an element of science. All right? It's just an element of science. And it's like I said, if it wasn't for modern science, we'd all be dead. So I kept on watching these videos because I couldn't stop watching them. There's like maybe 38 of them. It's actually called Why Do People Laugh at Creationists? Go check it out. It's really cool. But anyways, this guy, Thunderfoot, he makes a lot of good points. And, this guy, Venom Thing X, he's just really stupid. Like, he says a lot of stupid things. He said hydrogen cannot be formed into another element. Okay, that's basically what he said. Now he even goes on to say that that science cannot be backed up. And he said that science, that we use a scientific method, and the scientific method doesn't back anything up. Now that's just a stupid thing to say, and it's really asinine to say something like that. You know, this guy obviously doesn't even know what he's talking about when he makes stupid statements like that. I'm not going to go into every stupid thing he has said, but, it's just, Christians are just stupid people, and they don't even believe in evolution, and that's another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about evolution. Evolution is part of science, okay? Evolution means that animals adapt to their environment. Okay, that's what evolution is, and animals also evolve from their ancestors. Now, every organism evolves, and I'll prove it. Okay, a virus mutates. A virus is an organism, is it not? It's not man-made. It's an organism. Viruses mutate. Mutation is part of evolution. But creationists don't want to believe this. Creationists just believe that evolution doesn't exist. Now, listen to this. Creationists will go as far as to try to teach creationalism in school. Now, creationism cannot be backed up by science. So if you're going to teach something in school to high school students, you better make sure that it's scientifically proven and it's accurate information. Because the last thing you want to do is give children false information, okay? Especially when they're being educated. It's also the fact of separation of church and state. So, you know what? To all you creationalists out there, stop trying to debunk science and stop believing in a visible man in the sky that doesn't exist. Hopefully this will be my last video on religion. This is actually a pretty long video. It's already going over 50 minutes. But this is Rob DeRusso from Rant and Rave. Talk to you later.